Well, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Wayne, aka Wayne the Whip, and as you can see, I'm about to play some RimWorld. I woke up a couple of days ago and I just had this sudden urge to play this game. I've not played it since 2017. As a matter of fact, I still had my old saved games, but when I tried to load them, there was a version error. The version I was trying to load was 0.17, and as you can see, the current version is 1.2. So I do believe the game is fully released now. I don't know if 0.17 was alpha or beta, but regardless, the game is out now, and I played for a couple of hours last night just to try to reintroduce the game to myself, and there's been a lot of changes. It really seems like the game has been really fleshed out well now, and it was already looking good back in 2017. I had no issues whatsoever. Well, maybe. One issue I had was sometimes the behavior of the pawns weren't exactly as I expected them to be. Sometimes those pawns were a bit annoying, doing their own little thing when I was giving them clear instructions. I don't know if that's changed or not, or if that's the same. I have read a little bit about the game, and from what I understand, there's supposed to be some RNG. Why? Because it is a story generator. That's what this game is described as. Although I think of it more as a colony organizer, but there's definitely a story there. Now, when I played, I'm just making sure there's sound because I had an issue earlier where there was no sound. When I played in 0.17, I was playing in the Temperate Forest using Phoebe on chillax mode and low difficulty, and I was having a lot of fun building my colony. Well, actually, I was really digging out my colony because I was mining out a mountain to live in, and it was very time-consuming. But I found myself getting a bit bored and wishing that I had greater challenge. And I was just about to jump on the sea ice when I got busy with life and I had to do other things. And so that's where I would like to continue on, right where I left off. I want to do a sea ice play, but I'm probably going to do terrible because I haven't played for so long, and I have reintroduced the game to myself during a couple of hours, but I'm still very much a noob. So we're going to see how this works. Oh, by the way, let me show you what mods I'm using. The Harmony mod is just a library used to run other mods. Core is just what comes with RimWorld. Prepare carefully. This is the only mod that I was using back in 0.17, and it's still a great mod. I love it, and I was happy to see that it was still working. Trading spot. So in 0.17, the issue that I had was every time visitors or traders came around, they would just help themselves to my base, steal my food, eat it at my table, and without being invited. So rude. So trading spot helps to mitigate that some. I don't think it completely prevents it from happening. And I do understand that sometimes the visitors are supposed to do things on their own that maybe you like or don't like. That's all part of the story. But I found that to be more annoying than I did find it to just be part of the story. I don't know if this mini-map existed back in 0.17, but I love it. And it works very much like an RTS type mini-map. And I'll show you, and it's definitely a time saver. And Jobs and Bar, it's discolored because it's saying it's the incorrect version, but it still works. And all it does is it displays a title below the name of your pawns as they appear up here. So you can help see at a glance who does what. Although this probably not going to be a big deal for me since I'm only going to be starting with 2 characters, and it'll probably be a while before I have additional characters. So I'll be going with the crash landed scenario. I've actually created a custom just for this, but all it changes, it's the same thing as crash landed, but all I did was change the language here where it says the 2 of you awake instead of it saying the 3 of you awake. Even so, it still is assuming that I'm going to start with 3 people. And there's a reason why I'm doing that. And I'll explain in just a moment, but not quite yet. So, before I was using Phoebe and Community Builder, and I think that was just too easy. I think the way this works, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think Cassandra is normal play. I think Phoebe is for easy play, and Randy Random is for hard play. Even though the difficulty is down here, these two are a factor in the difficulty, even though it's just considered to be the AI storyteller, because they control the intensity and the frequency of the events, I think. Actually, Randy Random, maybe it's a mistake to say that this is harder. This could be better, because if the RNG factor of Randy could hit you in a positive way, in which you get a whole bunch of events back to back that are beneficial to you. So I'll have to try Randy sometime. But for this one, I'm just going to go with the standard Cassandra. And I definitely need to do something harder than Community Builder. Maybe this one. There's room to grow and thrive, but it's still a dangerous planet. It kind of makes it sound like it's weak. Let me see. What's this one? Strive to survive on a rough, tough, and well, now it sounds too hard. I mean, maybe not if I were still in the temperate forest, but I'm going to be on the sea ice. You know what? I'm going to go with Adventure Story since I'm going to be on the sea ice. And the reason for that is because I'm also going to go with Commitment Mode, meaning no scum saving. You only get to save when quitting the game. This is probably going to be a very short Let's Play. Anyway, there we go. Okay, Philosopher, sure, why not? That sounds like a good seed as any. However, I want more ice to be on the planet, so let's go with low. And let's put some more people there too. Overall rainfall, I guess this translates into snowfall on an ice planet. I'll leave it at normal. Let's see what this seed looks like. I only did 30%, right? See, okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, that definitely is an ice world. Lots of choices here, but I still want to be up here because it's still colder up here at the poles. Minus 96 to minus 1. So it's always freezing. This is a neutral guy. You know what? This might be a good area because there's quite a few people there. Also, I know there's a way you can travel from one zone to another and perhaps be able to get resources. However, unless you have pack animals, I don't know if it's really worth it or not, but I might be desperate. So being here would be nice because I'm near all of these hills and mountains. What about up here? What's the temperature like here? Definitely colder up here, and I do want cold. And I have neutral and hostile here. Maybe I'll go up here instead. And I'm kind of near to both. Also, I just remembered there are quests now as well. Maybe I should. Well, actually, if here would be a mistake because I think. Yeah, this is impassable, which means if I wanted to travel from here to say here, I would have to do something like this. Maybe, that's too close to those guys. Let me think about this for a minute. Okay, I'm going to go up here instead. I mean, it's still in the same area, but that way, if I'm desperate for resources, instead of going down to get them, maybe I can just go up to get them. And I'm still close. As a matter of fact, I'm a little bit closer to this guy too, or not this guy, but this faction. Royalty, wait. Are those the faction names? I guess so. So, hostile, neutral, and there's some more hostile here. And that's not neutral. So this is a darker blue, negative 80, hostile. Oh, that's also negative 100, or negative 80, negative 100. Negative 100. All right. Anyway, about these guys. Skull and crossbone and crossbones, negative 100. All right. That works. Oh, shoot. I did all that clicking. Where was I? I think I was there. Yeah, I think I was there. All right. So I'm going to pick that spot. Oh, really? All right. Let me rethink this again. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 5? Okay. Now they're happy. This has changed a lot. You have more choices now and how to select your team. Now, I would ordinarily sit here for like the next hour or even longer randomizing, because look at these numbers. Really, she's only good at one thing. That kind of sucks. So I just sit here doing this forever until I finally came up with numbers that I liked. And that's why I'm using prepare carefully. Not necessarily, for me, it's not cheating because I'd still get the characters that I want. It would just take me a lot longer. So I am using this mod, and I have already created presets. Duo, hot weather couple, I've been thinking about the future, and cold weather couple. They're all duo. I had just started doing duos in 0.17, and I'm sticking with it. So I should point out one thing before I do this. When you go with the prepare carefully, I'm definitely selecting using the point limit system. And hopefully there's enough points here now to cover the presets that I already created. Let me see, let me load. Oh, as a matter of fact, it's not. So that means that the trio that I had covered, or the trio that loaded when I first started this, didn't have enough points to cover the points that I spent on my team. So if I want to be real picky about this, I can go back and I can simply re-roll some of these or replace them. Let me see, who looks weak at first glance? It's kind of hard to tell. So for example, if I did this and replaced that guy, then click prepare, then load the preset, now I have 12 extra points that I didn't have before. So I'm not going to spend them though. I'm committed to the preset that I already have. So the preset for all of those, by the way, were the same, with the exception of the clothing that they're wearing. And this is the one really good thing I'm giving myself, is some muffalo parkas and muffalo pants. It's not the best. I could go with guinea pig fur, which is even better for cold weather. As you can see, my stats are decent. Nothing like super OP. You can see my whip character is primarily a shooter and a medic. And then Luna is primarily a cook and also able to plant. Grow stuff. Oh, equipment. I guess I should cover this. So in the original scenario, you get, I think, 60 survival meals, and you get, I think you get like 40 medicine. So I've decreased some of these values in order to get this right here, 1,000 granite blocks, which I'm going to use for building because there aren't any building supplies on the sea ice. I could use some wood and steel, but I'd rather use that for stuff that I need to craft. So 900 steel, 600 wood, which I think is pretty standard. One more thing I should mention. I've given myself a female cow. The reason for this is when I was reintroducing the game to myself during those 2 hours, the game wanted to give me a cat. And the cat is worth 100 points, but a chicken is worth 50 points. So I took out the cat and gave myself 2 chickens, one female, one male. And my thoughts were along the lines of, I'm getting eggs, and I can use the eggs as a food source since food is scarce on the sea ice. However, those eggs weren't really doing me any good. They simply did not produce enough eggs. And whenever I allowed for the eggs to hatch to get more chickens to get more eggs, well, then I ended up just having more mouths to feed. So it didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to. So in this one, my idea is to make use of the cow milk, because a cow produces enough milk to completely feed one colonist per day, assuming you're using nutrient paste to create those meals, because an ordinary meal requires 10 units of raw food to cook it. but a nutrient meal only requires 6 units of food. And that's a big deal when you're on ice. So even though they do take a bit of a mood debuff for eating the nutrient paste, I'd rather them be alive and moody than dead and happy. And along with the cow, I've also plugged in some kibble here. This all contributes to the point system. See, look, I could add some more kibble if I wanted to and lose some of those points, those additional points that I just had. But I'm going to stick with 200. Because I don't want the cow eating the survival meals at first. That doesn't give me a lot of time to be able to prepare kibble. Hopefully it'll be enough time. And let me see what else. Oh, one more note before I click start. One more note. I've given myself a self-imposed restriction. No cannibalism. So that means neither Whip nor Luna can eat humans. I can still kill humans and butcher them and use the butchered human meat to make kibble to feed the cow. And I think that will make the cow worth it, because otherwise I don't think the cow would be worth it. But I have to do something with the human meat, so why not have a cow in which I can use the human meat to make kibble and feed the cow? Does that mean the milk is tainted? I don't know. I'm not going to go down that philosophical road, but regardless, that's the way I'm doing it. No cannibalism, so that means if it's a choice between death or eating humans, they're going to die. And so, as you can see, I have no traits like psychopath that will enable her to easily butcher humans. She's still going to get a mood buff or a mood debuff from doing that. And no cannibalism traits either that will make them want to be okay with eating human flesh. I didn't realize I actually have the same traits for both. Whatever, that's fine. All right, let's start. Are you sure? Yes, I'm absolutely positively sure. Okay, wait. Why did it say the 3 of you? I specifically changed the scenario just so it would say the 2 of you. Maybe I accidentally clicked the wrong one. Okay, whatever. Here we are. Look at all that stuff. Ah, look at their nice blue muffalo outfits. It's a good start, right? Look at all that stuff. A very good start. However, this is going to have to last me for quite a while. And, oh, actually, you know what? I did forget that there are still some random items that appear. There's some extra meals, I think. Let me see. Let me double check here. Okay, 40. And those are not selected. Okay. Well, here's the mini map. So I'll show you what's great about it is you can quickly navigate the map. And another thing that I love about it, oh, here's some extra metal too. Oh, I forget, you get ship parts as well. Well, if you click something and then on the mini map you click the magnifying glass, it will show you other locations where the same item is located. So that's a nice huge time saver. It's not cheating. You're going to find those items anyway, but you would have to do this to find them, which actually I guess isn't a big deal since I'm on a sea ice and everything is highly visible. So some extra metal there, and there. Okay, that's good. I sort of forgot about that bonus. What's this over here? There's another ship part. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is plan out a build here, and I'm not going to record that. So I think I'll do that now. It's going to be small because I have limited resources. I can expand later, but I'm going to build as if I have room enough to live, eat, sleep. I need room for research tables, and I need space for hydroponics as well. And of course, a freezer for the food. But obviously, I won't need to create or build an air conditioner or a cooler, but I still need there to be a freezer in order to have walls around to protect the food. All right, so I'll be back as soon as I've done that. I think something like this will be good. I was originally going to have this as a stockpile room because you do need stuff to be inside because things like wood will decay, for example. However, then I remembered there is a beacon that will allow you to trade with people in orbit, and you can cover a larger area with it. So I think if my beacon is here, then I should be good. I looked at an old screenshot that I had. Hopefully that hasn't changed, because if it's changed, then this whole part of the design is kind of going to be a waste. But I think maybe I'll build the walls here, or I'll wait to see how much granite I have. And if I can afford to do this outer ring, then I'll do it instead of this. Actually, you know what? This isn't a big difference, because this wall is actually the same. Oh, no, it's not the same count. It's close to the same count, with one additional block in the same. No, not even the same over here. So one additional block to still get me to this point, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 5 pieces of granite per block, that's an additional 30 granite to be able to do this outer ring instead of this inward. I'm just going to go ahead and plan for that, because I believe I'll have enough. Famous last words. If I don't, then I won't bother with the research room for now, because it's not going to matter, because for now, the only place I'll be doing research will be here in the commons room. Commons room for research and sleeping and eating and getting food. Freezer area. And I know it's a mistake, or at least it used to be a mistake, to combine your butchering area with your cooking area, but I won't be cooking that often. I'll primarily be eating meals that are generated through this machine. But this will be later on, maybe in order to get mood up. I don't know. This will be the hydroponics bay. It won't fit as many as the max can be with this lamp, but it's pretty close, and it helps me keep this room smaller. I hope I have enough heaters. I really don't know. I have one in here, one here, and then one in here. These can be moved. So if things get desperate, I could just move the bed in here and move the heaters in here and be able to keep the crops growing and still have a room spot for the colonists, because there's no way I'm going to have enough steel to fill this anyway. I'm probably going to start with like maybe 3 or 4 bays and then try to bump that up to 6 as soon as I can. And how are these guys doing? I haven't unpaused. I started and paused, so they probably don't have. Oh, I forgot about the crypto sickness. Do they both have it? Yes, they do. Well, that sucks. All right, so what do I need to start going? I think I need to start moving stuff in here. Oh. Is there any wildlife? There are 3 hares. One way down here, and one up here, and one. I'm not going to bother chasing them down. I don't want them to eat my meals, though. Oh, wait a minute. There are other meals, aren't there? Where are those? Up here. I should prioritize getting these before the rabbits do. And then maybe as the rabbits move down, assuming they're going to move into here, then I can try to hunt them down. So let me allow those to be moved. Let me go ahead and get a stockpile zone going. Put that right in here. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and do all the stockpiles actually, and then I'll come back. So I need one here. I need one for the freezer. I need an area for kibble for the cow, because I don't want the cow to help himself to the freezer and eat whatever he wants. And, I need to set an area for the cow to roam as well. I'll do all that, and then I'll be back. Okay, I think that will work. So in here we have just food items, including human meat. Where is human meat? Right there, including human meat. However, later on I'll have a shelf here, and I believe that I read somewhere that if you store human meat in a shelf, that the colonists can't see it as long as it's stored there. So that way they can come in here and deal with the food situation without looking at a human corpse and getting the looked at human corpse debuff. Then in here is everything else except for foods. And, did I add medicine over here? Let me check and make sure. Yes, I did. So medicine in here, no medicine here. And, I forgot to add a spot for kibble. I'll just put it here for now. Just put like 4 spots. It's more than needed. Clear all and allow kibble. Actually, if I ever have more kibble than that, let me set this as preferred, and then I'll go ahead and add kibble here as well. That way if there's overflow, it can still be stored in here. I think that will work. Oh, shoot, I keep forgetting stuff. I need to set an area. I forgot how to set an area for animals. Is it this? I think it's this one. Let's name this. We'll name it livestock. Okay, and so the cow, I don't know, can the cow get hypothermia? For now, we'll just say he can roam around in here. I don't think the cow knows how to use the nutrient machine. I'll find out. And he can roam around in here. He can even roam around in here. He's got plenty of roaming room as long as he's indoors. Let me close the mini-map. I don't want him to feel like he's too stuck in one spot. I'll even let him peek in through here to cross through. And I forgot where the door is going to be here. I think that's the vent, and I think this is where I put the door. That will work. Oh, actually, no, let me disallow here. I don't want him opening that door. Okay, and I think that's it. Oh, no, I have to tell him. Livestock, or her. Okay, there we go. So, since they have the crypto, I don't think I'm going to have time to build any complete rooms yet. I think I'm just going to focus on getting... Let's get this stuff right now. Oh, shoot. There's so much stuff. I need to set their priorities. Firefight, yes. Patient set at 1. Whip is the doctor, so he's at 1. Bed rest, 1 for both. Basic, I think that's flipping switches and such. Wait, what does it say here? Okay, yes, that's fine. Warden, Whip is also the warden. We'll set that to 2. Who's the animal handler? I forget. Animals 5. Animals 1. Okay, Luna is definitely the animal handler. Luna is also the cook, but she won't really be cooking anything at first. Whip is the hunter. I want them to both construct. Actually, let's say 2. Grow, only Luna will be growing things. No one will be mining because there's nothing to mine. Plant cut, again, Luna. No smith just yet, no tailor just yet. We'll deal with that in time. Same with art, and same with crafting. Haul, clean, oh, actually, who is the researcher? Is it, I think it's intellectual 5. You know, it can be either one. I think she's going to be more busy growing and planting, so I'll assign it to Whip. So I'll make that a 1, or no, a 2. So a priority over these other things, but only when there's a bill set to research something. So otherwise he won't be doing anything. And I might as well go ahead and, oh, this is different. Oh no, this is the schedule. Never mind. So we definitely want a fairly decent work schedule here in the beginning. I don't want this to be can do anything. No, you can't do anything. You can be working. I'll give them 1 hour of recreation between the hours of 9 and 10. 1 hour. Here, look, this is how nice I'll be. They can do anything when they first wake up. So if they don't want to wake up and immediately go to work, they can do whatever they want. I think that works. So now, oh, let me make sure they're equipped. And you take the rifle. Okay, and they're already going to work, but why aren't you? You are. You're just going up there. Okay, I'm going to let them do this. Pull in. Yes, the bed will probably be the first thing that I craft after I get these meals down here. Because even though I can't complete... Even though I can't complete the walls, at least I can get a bed built. And they'll be much happier having slept in a bed tonight than on the frozen sea ice. I do need to... Actually, all of this is already in storage. Isn't that convenient? And probably enough wood. Let me just go ahead and select all of this stuff as well. And that... Oh, did I allow for slags to be placed over here? Is that raw resources? No. Chunks? Yes. I'll say stone chunks too, just in case somehow I get them. And I think we have to select that to be hauled. What was that? Oh, they're throwing up because of the crypto sickness. Okay, this is looking good. Medical and menus are going over here. Where's the wildlife? Okay, still far removed. It's good. Don't want them sneaking up. I don't know why I care so much about that one particular slag. Let's go ahead and unlock this. Let it be built. And were there other menus? Or not menus, but meals? Nope. How do I... Is it this? Toggle? Yes. Turn that off. There we go. Okay, so I have all the extra meals. That's good. I'm actually tempted to just go ahead and get the wall up here first now. Oh, let me get the kibble in. Okay, let me see, what time is it? 32 minutes. You know what? Let's, I don't think I want these videos to be too long. I think I'll shoot for around 30 minutes. So this is a good spot. I have the design done. We're getting a good start on moving items around. They can eat. I want to try to control these. Ultimately, I'd like to be able to reserve at least 20 meals. So my goal is to be able to be producing food. Man, this is going to be hard. Before I've gone through 25 meals. I think that's going to be tough. Actually, let me assign these guys, because I think sometimes, even though they build it, they get confused and they don't know that they can sleep there. There we go. They are a married couple, by the way. So there's going to be a bit of a mood buff from that. And that's it. So I guess there's no actual option to save, right? Yeah, it's just save and quit to menu, and that will save it. Fantastic. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully we'll have some walls up by then. See you then.